And we're back.
Are we?
In the stew.
We're back.
Episode 66.
Yeah.
No guests this go round, but we're all... I should have wore white shoes today. Shit, we all would have been matching to a T.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Straight,
it's hard. It's hard to mess up black and white.
All just triple threat black across the whole board. Shirt, pants, shoes, all black. And
Yeah.
you guys had a...
You can mess up
Makes
black and white.
You could definitely mess up black and
Yeah,
white.
black cargo
It
shorts.
depends, dude. If you come out
long
walking,
white socks.
White
yeah.
cargo shorts.
if you walk out like a zebra, yeah, I can see that.
White cargo shorts with black Crocs on. and a
Oh.
black
You just have a
tank top.
white-
Yeah, you
that's
could
that's not a
actually mess
great
that up.
combo.
You're right.
Black striped Zara top.
Oh, God, dude.
Vertical stripe, black and white.
Vertical stripe is cool,
Really?
but horizontal.
No, it depends.
Somebody told me something about vertical
Depends.
stripes a long time ago, and I'm not sure if it's true or not.
It's probably
But
not.
if you wear
yeah.
a vertical shirt, it's it essentially, just by the way it'll curve around your body. Let's say you're a little bit more heavy set.
Yeah.
It just makes you look fatter than you actually are. I
I
guess
can
you say.
probably see
Like,
that.
you know how some people say like black is slimming, for instance. Somebody said vertical stripes, like you can actually see the bend of the stripe if there's like
Yeah.
skin pushing it out, so you could see the physical curve of it. And depending
Okay.
on like the degree of that curve or angle, like you
Yeah.
could just have a better visual from the front.
Of like what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of weight. So somebody
I
told
guess
me
that makes
like
sense. It is
never
kinda-
wear vertical stripes.
Yeah, because it just like shapes you.
Horizontal
make you look
was
fat.
fine in their book for some reason, which
Because
wouldn't
I
make
guess it
sense.
makes sense because it widens you. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not like we don't go into a store and we're like, yeah, where's the vertical or horizontal striped shirts?
Y'all don't got any.
But there are
I think
people
very
like
few
that,
people
though.
go into a store with that.
But they
intention.
exist.
Yeah.
Sure. But they're not us.
No, for obviously we're in all black right now.
Yeah. Straight up.
We are triple threat across the room. Black on black on black.
Yeah. Wish I had the body to back it up though.
Speaking of black though, we've been looking at space a lot recently.
Wormholes or black
You like
holes?
that transition?
Yeah.
I know you like that
Wormholes or
transition.
black holes?
No, we were actually discussing this before you showed up. It was a video I sent to him about the problem with wormholes as we know them currently.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So the basic model of a wormhole, or rather a black hole, essentially means that at some point, you know, it's like a concave surface when you look at a wormhole, right? It's like a concave surface that ends in like a perfect circle, and then it's the exact inverse of that shoots out, right?
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
fall in the top and then go through the bottom, and then there's a whole warping of space-time, but that's something else, not what we're trying
So
to
the
talk
other
about
side
right
is
now.
basically like a flipped version of it.
Mhm.
Essentially so.
Okay.
Like, that's how our model of a wormhole works right now. But due to the actual mathematics and equation that make up or comprise how we think a black hole works, technically there'd be a point where it ends, and that point is the singularity. You know, like when you go into the...
Singularity.
Exactly.
Oneness.
We're infinite mass and density.
United Airlines.
In one.
United Airlines coming to your nearest black hole.
Virgin Galactic's all over it, bro. Not even SpaceX, not
Yeah.
NASA. It's Virgin Galactic.
Yeah. Virgin Atlantic. Virgin Galactic.
No, Virgin.
Dude,
have you
Virgin
heard
was a
about that?
great
That's a thing.
Virgin was a great airline when it was in business. I flew
There's no way.
with them.
Wait.
No, they were like
Virgin
the tra-
Galactic.
No, Virgin Airlines.
Yeah,
Okay.
he flew Virgin Galactic before it closed.
Okay. Well, they're. Don't say Virgin Airlines, please.
Like they said it
Why
in
not?
Say
entire
Virgin
movie.
Atlantic, bro.
What do you mean Virgin Atlantic?
Yeah.
What?
I thought they were Virgin Airlines.
Virgin Airlines.
I thought they were Virgin Atlantic Airlines.
No, I thought it was just Virgin Air.
You know what? I'm gonna look
They're
it
like
up.
Virgin Airlines.
It
I'ma
might be
look it
Virgin
up. Hold on.
Atlantic.
Please correct us on that.
I'm pretty sure it's Virgin Atlantic. All right.
Because I thought the whole thing about Virgin was that it was the swingier.
Yep.
Like the more fun.
Virgin Atlantic.
So they're still operating.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, when you said they closed, I was like, what?
I could have
Closed.
sworn they closed down.
Well, they just showed me flights from LAX.
Well, what's
so.
even crazier is
Guess not.
Virgin Mobile was like the start of all that, right? It was a phone company.
Yeah, so Virgin is a company, and they have
Richard Branson, shout out.
stores,
Yes.
and they got like freaking duty-free stores all over airports and stuff like that. And they also have their own mobile service called Virgin.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think the mobile service died off, if I'm correct.
Richard Branson is such a character.
I don't know.
Because when was the last time you even heard about Virgin Mobile?
A couple years ago. but not here, obviously. Also in London.
Virgin Mobile.
Oh, is it like a big thing overseas?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
it's,
that
it's like
makes
a
more
Europe
sense.
thing.
That makes more sense.
it's like Vodafone in
yeah.
the UK.
Vodafone.
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 Yeah.
I don't. Sorry, the word virgin reminds me of something. From a long time
yourself?
ago.
Oh no, yourself. What the hell
Anyways.
does that even mean?
Anyways,
It's a virgin.
Oh, oh my god.
to many things, yes.
Did you just get that?
We're all virgins to many things. Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
Too many
but it
things.
was I remember I was hanging out with just like one of my friends. It was probably like 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah.
It's like one of the earliest dirty jokes I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like hanging out with this girl. She's like, "Hey, do you have any dirty jokes?" And I'm not quick-witted enough in 4th or 5th grade to just be like, "Oh yeah, baby, like let me pull that shit out." No. And I'm like, "Do you have any? Because I'm running dry." And she's like, "Okay, my dad just told me a good one. What do you call a nun in a wheelchair?"
Let us think about this.
I'm thinking long and hard. But
I feel like it has something to do with paraplegic, but it's like a play on words.
it is a play on words for sure, right? It has to be. Just say it.
What do you call a nun in a wheelchair?
Mm-hmm.
Virgin Mobile. Exactly what we're talking about.
Oh God! How did I not see that coming? Oh.
So my question to
Yeah.
you is, do you happen to remember like what the earliest dirty joke that you heard was? So that one's like fairly innocent, you
Yeah.
know, like
I know mine.
what is it? And how old were you when you first heard it?
I don't know. You just call someone and say, "Hey, is Seymour Butts there?" What about
I don't remember any.
What about
Hugh Direction?
what about Hugh
Hugh
Janus?
Hugh Janus? Yeah.
H-U-E.
There was another one.
J-A-N.
What was it?
Janus.
Um.
Well, there's so many of
Yeah,
them.
there's a lot.
You know Ownage prank calls?
Yeah.
I believe so.
They had I think he has this thing where I don't know if he still has it, but basically it's a pre-recorded prank call. You
Mhm.
just enter the person's number and then they send
Yeah.
a depiction of his voice or whatever.
Yeah.
I used to do that all the time with friends.
Really?
Yeah.
And
There
it was
was-
free?
It's like we'd be at a friend's house and we'd just call his fucking grandpa all day and he'd just be pissed.
There was this
He'd
website
just be
called.
so mad.
There was this website when I was in like 4th, 5th grade, and it was called like prankhotline.com. And it used to work
Oh,
because it was
yeah.
back in the day.
I remember that.
That's when like AT&T was still charging for minutes.
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
I do remember that. I remember that website. You
Yeah.
could play them over the phone, right?
Mhm.
Like, or you just put them on speaker and
You
then turn it on.
manually type your own message, and it speaks it. It does text to speech. So to me, that was incredible back in the day.
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, this one was like insane.
There used to be a website where it would have essentially like the ownage pranks thing, entire scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
like fully blown out stories that you could send to people. Or what you do is you just put them on speaker and put your phone next to a speaker that's playing the
Yeah.
audio.
Mm.
And man, some of them were good. Some of them
Mhm.
like they would freak you out, like get
Yeah.
you on some repo shit. Like you just call one of your friends, and it would be something really stupid where it's like, "Hey, it's like I heard you got with my daughter," and then it would just escalate from there.
yeah.
This guy's freaking out, like,
Dude, I remember
Gonna beat your
soundboards
ass.
were a thing too. Like if you know how remember Flash games?
yeah, of
Right.
course.
So Shockwave Player, there was like a website that used all these like Flash soundboards, and they had like an Arnold Schwarzenegger one, a bunch of other ones. But basically, you would call someone same way, speaker, and then play the soundboard. You have all these little sayings and phrases. Yeah, he's like one of them I clearly remember was
That's more
Who-
Stallone.
"Who is your daddy and what does he do?" You know, like that kind of shit.
One of my favorites is still California.
No, the Stogie one is my favorite. The Stogie video of Arnold in
Oh
like the
my
90s.
God.
I smoke stogies.
Fuck you and your 48% body fat.
I think actually that one might be my favorite.
Yeah,
that
bro.
one's for sure your favorite.
Go to the gym, John. That's what you hear.
John.
Hit the gym, John.
His own colleague was against him.
We sidetracked. What were you saying about wormholes? Or black
Wormholes?
holes?
So we were talking about wormholes, right?
What kind
And
of
at least for the mathematics that allow us to understand wormholes, there's a point where we hit that singularity. So theoretically, for our model of how wormholes work, wouldn't be as easy as doing the exact inverse of the black hole, which is called a white hole.
Yeah.
Where instead of light,
Really?
yes, really.
Hmm.
So instead of light being trapped within the gravitational pull generated by the black hole, it's quite the opposite. And there's like a very strong force that repels everything and anything away from it. So rather than the event horizon being a place that once you cross it, you can't go back in terms of the black hole, the event horizon is a place you'll never reach because you can't get there. Because no amount of thrust will ever be able to get you past that point.
Mm-hmm.
And their scientific name is white. They call them white holes?
Yes.
Interesting. I did not know this.
So, that being said, with our current understanding of wormholes, or at least with how, in terms of how black holes are constructed, like our general theory of wormholes doesn't make sense because you wouldn't be able to cross over because there's a point where it ends, and that's the singularity.
Yeah.
But there was a video that I found on YouTube and I sent to him, and we were trying to discuss where it was other theoretical models for wormholes that actually work within our understanding of physics and quantum mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say something about the video though.
Yes.
It's really cool from a visual perspective.
Yeah, he did a
Because it's
great
one of the
job.
only videos that actually shows you from the very beginning, before you even dive into wormholes, that how space is perceived, and the camera
Yes.
actually pans around the universe and the solar system,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you that it is in fact a 4-dimensional field.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it kind of like pans in and pans out and rotates, so to kind of give you a as clear as possible perspective. Not the
Tell
clearest.
you what, Matthew McConaughey can go through one.
He did go
He
through
did go
one.
through one, yeah.
He actually reached the singularity. That's what they call that crazy scene in the movie with all the
Strings and
the strings and rooms and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They considered that to be what's inside the singularity, or what the singularity is comprised.
Imagine
so
if
that's
that actually
that's
is
the
the case.
theory of space and time, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Or at least in the movie, what it was there's like fourth dimensional beings, right?
Yeah.
And they try to construct a 3-dimensional space, which is how we perceive everything, right? Like
Mhm.
that's just how we view everything with our eyes, is in 3D space. So it was those fourth dimensional beings constructing a 3-dimensional space that occupies similarly to how the fourth dimension works, so that we would be able to comprehend it.
Yeah.
At least that's how it was in the movie.
What's the fifth dimension?
Depends on how you define dimension.
Can we?
I don't know what
Because
I'm
it's
trying to
like-
ask, but like, what does a fifth dimension look like?
That's actually a question I don't know if I'm capable to answer entirely. There's like a partial answer where some scientists declare dimensions just to be like, for example, X and Y. That's combining those two together, that is a 2D surface.
Yeah.
Then when you add the Z, that's third dimension. And then I guess the fourth, if I can remember correctly, is that it's just an infinite expansion in all directions. So essentially the universe. Oh, that's a weird model to describe. That's very hard for me because it's not my field of study per se. But let's just say hypothetically, rather than it being a finite area, it just spreads infinitely, equally in all directions. And then they would consider like the fifth dimension to be something like time.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
where it's like Neil deGrasse Tyson frames it. When you make plans for something, how do you make plans for that? You agree on a place to be, so your coordinates within this specific space, but you just don't say the location, you give a time.
Mm-hmm.
So he considers that time to be one of the dimensions.
Yeah.
guess
So
And then
the-
there's other ones, and
so
other
like time
theories.
is a 4th dimension.
Well, technically, he says it's the fifth.
It's the 5th.
Fourth or fifth.
So, but I think frequently it would be the 4th, unless. I don't
This
know.
is something I would have to do more research on.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
Get back to you.
Yeah.
I have a limited understanding of it. I'm not a astrophysicist like your boy Neil deGrasse.
Yeah. But yeah, the 5th dimension
But
is.
the reason,
it's frequently used in like math, since math is technically a science as well.
yes,
Yeah.
but I did want to say the reason why it depends on how you're trying to define dimension is like for something in string theory, every decision that you make splits into 2 alternate realities.
Mm-hmm.
So each of those realities, right, could be classified as its own dimension.
Okay. The most interesting thing is superposition part of string theory. The idea that atoms flick in and out of existence simultaneously.
Is that string theory or is that quantum entanglement?
I think it's quantum something.
It's quantum entanglement.
Quantum physics. I don't know.
Well, the whole.
But dude, just think about the idea. That's something I've always held on to.
Yeah.
A fucking atom can go in and out of existence
Mm-hmm.
simultaneously. So it's everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
a flickering. It's a flickering nothing and something.
It's magic. It's literally magic.
That is magic. Yeah. Technically.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a.
It's
a
really
hard
math.
thought.
It's really math, if anything else.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we have equations to quantify it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Somebody says that all math is magic that we can understand, which is kind of a lame way to put it. I never
Yeah.
liked doing math at school personally, but
Oh, I
Dude,
hated it.
Whenever I hear the word quantify, it just reminds me of my old manager. Where she's like, "What did you do today?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I wiped down this, and then like fucking did this," and then she'd be like, "No, no, no. You see, I need you to quantify it, write in detail, what you did." I'm like, "What?"
You mean
She's
just
like,
write
yeah.
it down?
for your manager,
Yeah, just quantify it.
she wanted you to write down your day at the store, or
Mhm.
just okay. That makes more sense.
At the store, of course, not like
No,
in
I
my
thought you meant
personal
at
journal.
home, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what kind of relationship do you have with your manager? Is
Mm.
she your English teacher?
Why does she need to say the word quantify?
She used to come over every once. No, I'm just kidding.
I used to kick it. We got
Why did-
coffee.
Why does she need to say quantify?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. That was her word.
intellectual?
It's kind of like when people learn new words and they just want to use it.
Why are you bad mouthing somebody for using a more expansive vocabulary?
Yeah.
You could just say write everything down.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know.
That's all I have to say about that. You could, but you could also say, I want you to quantify.
Some things rub me the wrong way. That's one of them.
Yeah. Well, it's
Well, also write it down,
yeah.
quantify it.
But most people aren't going to like inherently understand when you
Um,
just say quantify it.
No, no.
Okay.
I understood, and I was just like, all right, write in detail. That's all I meant.
Yeah.
Write in 4 different avenues, I guess.
I feel like you
I
saying
guess
the
the goal is
majority
to
of
make
people.
it simple, but not any more simpler than it could be.
I feel like you saying the majority of people who are in the position where you're going to be told by your boss to quantify something wouldn't understand what the word quantify means is probably rather insulting to people within that position. It's like, they're mostly not smart enough. The average American can't figure out the word quantify.
Okay,
means.
maybe they're smart enough. They're just lazy.
To do what?
Think about it.
No.
Nah, dude.
Bro, you've seen people in like 9-to-5 jobs. A lot of them are just like very passive.
Yeah, but
Don't
I
think
I
about a
still
lot of
think
things.
I still think that they can understand what the word quantify means.
Bro, I don't think TikTok is considered a 9 to 5, but okay. My bad.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Didn't mean to roast y'all.
We talked about TikTok so much.
Didn't
on
mean
this
to roast
podcast.
y'all.
We talked about TikTok so much on
What?
this
Get,
podcast,
okay,
so-
hold on.
Yeah.
Real quick, are you guys good at any impressions? Like, what do you think is your solid
He's
impression?
usually the beast of impressions.
No, well, I mean, I was doing impressions when Kai was here, and like that was just by coincidence. It was just like he named a name, and I would
Yeah,
make a joke.
But is there a
about it.
specific one where you're like, yeah, I love
Can
that?
you do Bugs
Oh,
Bunny?
Kermit the Frog?
No, I can't do Bugs Bunny.
Do Kermit the Frog.
No, my Kermit the Frog was actually pretty good. Can I do it right now?
Yeah, please.
Get yourself prepped. Prep the vocal cords.
We got some chamomile for this boy.
There's a lot of there's a lot of in the back of the throat there when you
Why
try to talk like
Why
Kermit
didn't we?
the
Why didn't
Frog.
we do the intro with that voice?
I don't know, dude. We should have.
I think my problem with Kermit the Frog is sometimes it just gets too deep.
The Bostonian Kermit the Frog.
Bostonian.
Bostonian?
Is that a word?
Is it?
It's people originating from Boston.
No
Yeah.
way.
Bostonian.
Yeah, it's,
Damn, I
you're a
did
fellow
not know that.
Bostonian,
That sounds so stupid.
right? Well, Californian.
Irvinian.
California. Irvinian. Yeah, we can't get specific.
I think that would be
You
Irvinian.
You can't use cities.
Would
Yeah.
that be Irvinian? I'm an Irvinian.
Newport
Irvinian.
Beachian.
An
Yeah.
Irvinite.
I'm a Tustinian.
I'm a Tus.
Fucking Huntington Beachian.
I'm a Santanian.
Santanian.
Sounds like you really enjoy classic rock.
Dang.
Santanian.
Yeah. Santanian, Champanian.
What else can you do that we don't know about?
I could do 10 push-ups in 10 seconds.
Oh.
Anybody with
What's
2 arms can do that.
That is not true.
That is not true.
That is not true at all, and you know it.
Yeah.
You were
You're right,
literally
you're
making
right.
you were literally making fun of fat people earlier, and now you're like anybody with 2 arms.
I was
is
not
good."
making fun of fat people. I was making fun of their stupid ideas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So now you're saying fat people are stupid, Zaid.
Oh.
No, there was this video on there was a video on Twitter where this fat chick was
Yeah.
basically talking about
fat chick. Okay. Continue.
call it for what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Spade
now
is a
you're
spade.
So now you're fat shaming.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
kiss
Just-
my ass.
Zaid
Please
fat shames.
Let
now.
him continue.
Yes, yes.
For the love of God, I'm trying to laugh, dude.
She was talking about how the BMI
Oh,
scale.
so now you assume she's a she.
Oh my God, dude.
How dare you assume her gender?
What was her bio like?
I'm sorry, I'm
No,
on a
kidding.
roll right
Okay,
now. I can't
continue.
do
It. Fine.
It
Whatever it was.
She. Just say
she
it.
was assuming that the BMI scale. So
Oh yeah.
she was basically saying that BMI,
Yeah.
the whole
For
idea
those who
of
don't
it.
know, body mass index. Continue.
Yes, the whole idea of it is racist. And she was talking about how kids should not be weighed at school because that's a discriminatory act, and how we
Ugh.
should also remove that from like hospitals
okay.
and health
Well,
departments.
let me tell you this: they're not weighed at school. There's a fucking truck that comes there that are registered nurses, and then they weigh you. So I don't know. Call it for what you want, but
You guys got weighed at school?
we got weighed when we had to do like some weird test.
We never
Back
got
in the day.
weighed. Are you talking about
That was in my time though, so I don't know.
Are you talking about the what is it, the presidential fitness thing?
No, it was like this truck
That
that
was middle
literally
school to
came,
me.
and then they either drew blood, or they did a vision test, or a hearing test.
Fuck, what kind of school are you going to?
Public
Bruh.
school, dude.
Is that a public
High school.
thing?
Elementary.
That's a public school thing in elementary school?
Yeah, I've done
Taking
a lot of that.
blood samples?
Not blood sample.
You
They're
just
not-
said they take a blood sample.
No, but I'm saying like if you need to get vaccinated, whatever. Like you know how you have like that the immunization card or whatever when you're a kid.
I don't think it's a card. I think it's like a chart of all the.
A chart
Shots
of
that
like
you've gotten.
yeah, like every couple of years or something you have to take. So that's what that little fucking
Imagine
nursery on wheels. used to
5-year-old
do.
Saied looking at his vaccination card. COVID vaccine.
What the?
Huh.
Just like that new meme trending
Which
with
one?
with the fucking YouTube shit where it says this guy comments 2 years ago. It's like, damn, who's watching this in 2018? And then some guy in 2020 goes, who's watching this in 2020? And the guy literally somehow comments under the new comment from 2 years ago, saying nice.
We'd probably get notified. That's the thing.
No, but it just goes like 2 years, and then 2 days ago, and then 2 years ago. So how did he reply to this guy 2 years ago?
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
But yeah, this idea that we're supposed to remove the body mass index,
Well, it's kind of a shitty scale, anyways, to determine anything.
BMI.
Yeah, it's really
It's-
not the greatest telltale factor of a lot of shit. It's just like a general consensus, but like people like Joe Rogan, for instance, who are short as hell and are also super thick and heavy, dense with muscle.
Mhm.
Yeah, he has a horrible BMI index. Like according to his BMI, he's super unhealthy.
Yeah.
I think waist to hip ratio is better.
Waist to hip ratio?
I think that's what it is.
What the hell does it? No, that relies on structure, bro.
No. There's something.
One is clearly relying on the other.
Yeah, wait, I'm so confused. Wait,
Is it waist to hip ratio?
I don't think it's waist to hip.
There's something else other than BMI that's a better indicator of health.
Yeah, it's your eyes.
No, it's how
No.
it's how low do your tits sag. That's
Wow.
I
don't know.
So I was talking about dicks in the previous episode, and I was talking about
Mm,
tits.
well,
It's all over the place, anatomically speaking.
My bad, bro.
But yeah, I just find it funny how
That's
to be
a meme.
PC. No, to be
Wait, okay.
PC, overweight people.
Yeah.
Did you
Are
just
trying-
say to be PCP?
Listen, bro. I've said this before. Okay. There's fat people. There's skinny people. There's normal people. It
the point?
sucks. You shouldn't shame anyone. So let it be.
No, I'm
The
I'm
human
an
body?
advocate of shaming.
The human
You're an advocate
body
of shaming.
Yeah.
is a spectrum.
No, I'm not shaming. I'd rather
Or
fucking.
you know what? Shaming works better for men than women.
Well, yeah, of course.
If you send your fat friend
I mean, think about it. We're told to lie to women.
text every day, you fat fuck, he's
We're-
gonna lose some weight.
We're told to lie to women. Think about
yeah.
it. Any scenario. When a girl
As a
asks you,
child-
"Do I look fat in this?" What are you supposed to say?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
no! Well, here's
You know
the,
what you're told to do.
Well, here's the thing.
You say, "No, you look beautiful."
yeah, but
Yeah, if
there's
it's a
there's
long-term
Also, if
relationship,
you're
sure.
smart, there's a way around that.
Yeah.
I
There's
look-
a way around.
Yeah,
that.
you could just exercise. you could go for a run and be like, "Hey, honey, you want to come with me?"
No, what
Something
are you
like that.
talking about? We're talking about two different things right now. They're
No,
under the
no.
same. They're under the
They're
same
under the same-
umbrella, but they're
yeah,
on
yeah.
a different piece, stretching
Exactly.
out from the center.
They're under
Go
the
on.
same belt, but they're in another hole.
Yeah, no, there's a way around the. No,
Just
he's talking
another
about
analogy.
he's talking about lying
Yeah.
to women about weight thing, right?
Yeah.
They're under the same rug.
No,
but
if you're talking about the clothing one, they're in the same
Okay.
closet. But they're on,
Different shelves.
let's go. How would you?
Continue.
no, you just
Please.
say I don't think that outfit works well for you. Even if
Yeah.
it does, just lie. You're still lying, but you're not lying about the weight. You're like, I just don't think that one
Yeah.
works for you. Let's go look for something else.
Is
Well-
it one of those scenarios where it's basically a white lie?
Yeah.
Well, love hurts, dude. And sometimes it's a good hurt.
Does love have to hurt though? Is the thing.
No, I
don't know.
think love doesn't inherently hurt. I think the idea of love is, well, I don't know. It's tricky.
Look, dude, what Alan Watts said has resonated through my soul till this day.
What?
Why is there the idea of falling into love and not rising into love?
I think there's a rise into love.
Yeah, but we call it falling in love.
Yeah, well, that's just what we
Why
call
is
it.
there the idea of the fall? That's what he's trying to say. It's more of a
You wanna
deep
know-
philosophical.
You want to know the theory as to why?
Why?
Because when dudes really go all in for a chick, it's almost like they fell flat on their face. Not in terms of that they lost momentum in anything, but it's like they're just bewildered and they would do anything for her. They'd bend over for her.
Mm.
So you're falling, like, you know. Or also
Yeah.
you fall down to get onto one knee.
If you really like a girl,
There's a lot of like
you're
potential
right.
explanations for
Mhm.
that.
You're right.
You
you're right.
fall down onto one knee to marry her, or she does the same to marry him, or whatever.
Well,
Or he does it to marry him.
I'm pretty sure that's not what he meant.
her to her. Let's be
But it's
fair
just
here.
like to change your perspective on it, I guess. Right? Is that you're learning constantly every day. And to
Thanks
become
for
a
joining
master
us on the two. No.
and to become a master of something, you got to not stop learning.
Yeah, Zaid. That's why Zaid's the master debater of the group.
Yeah, exactly.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, son of a bitch.
I think you
And
heard
number
what I did
2, we got Zaid Dahaj here in the
Zaid Dahaj.
Okay, what's a scenario where you rise into love?
Rise into love?
I think
Let's
like
just say an unexpected
what?
meet. I don't know. Let's just say you met someone at work and when you're at work, your headspace is all work. You're not really thinking about it. But over the course of years and constantly seeing someone and learning someone, you just feel like, all right, we're learning about each other, but we just haven't defined it, right? And then it turns out you guys are both attracted to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just took its sweet ass time, but then you guys end up with each other, right? Wouldn't that be considered rising? You didn't go, oh my God, I need to talk to this chick. How do I talk to her? Oh my God. No. You're rising.
If
We
you're
are
getting married on the top
rising
of a
into
mountain,
love.
are you technically?
What?
If you get married, or if you're gonna get married on the top of the mountain or
Yeah.
of a mountain, are you technically rising in love?
Yes. Or
Just
I could
as
be,
you are in elevation.
or I could be high. Well, see, when you rise into love, then you're high on love.
If you
Or-
you fall in love in an elevator,
Or are you high on altitude
That's going up.
sickness?
That is, dude.
is that,
okay.
is that rising into love?
Oh my God, bro. I am done. I'm done. Like,
Jesus.
but yeah,
I hate you too.
Um,
I'm kidding.
I think it was an interesting concept.
Fuck you. This guy's like over here in the corner. I hate you both.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
stand you.
No, I said just kidding afterwards.
Oh yeah, he did. I didn't hear it, but he did.
We should have a boxing match for the 2AM podcast.
I'm down, dude.
All three of us against each other.
3.
What? I'll annihilate
A
both.
1v1v1 boxing.
A 1v1v1.
Just Saied and I gang up on Zaid.
Yeah.
Of course you would. Of course.
They're like, all right, now you two fight. No, we're good.
There's no.
We'll call it a tie.
Nah,
Nah, I'm
we
tired,
good.
bro. Let's go get some food.
Let's go to the Habit.
Yeah.
Get some ranch.
Just ranch.
Just liquid aminos inside ranch.
Anyway.
You shake your head like a disappointed father. Anything you hear that you mildly object to.
Yeah. What is that, dude?
I guess that's just
You
the
know-
Arab way.
Zaid, when Zaid disapproves of anything being said, his nod says, "I'm not mad. I'm disappointed."
I expected better.
Oh my God, dude. I can't believe these are my genetics. Like,
Your epigenetics.
when your son is retarded.
What?
What are you talking about?
What train of thought are you
You're
on?
not-
Do you
you're
have a
not-
child?
No, it's like he's nodding. He's just like, I am not mad. I am disappointed.
When your son just does this all day.
To his own father? Damn. My God. Yeah, dude. Anyway, going back to black holes. Or wormholes, actually. I'm going to take it way back.
Going even farther back.
Yeah. So I remember you were telling me, and then you told me to guess what movie simulates a wormhole the best.
Yes.
And I had essentially guessed Interstellar. Because who wouldn't, right?
That's my guess too.
But it is not.
What
And
is
that was a shocker. What was it, Logan? It was.
Do you want to guess?
Do you want to guess?
Is it recent or old?
There's a more recent version of it, and then there's also an older version of it.
Star Trek?
No,
No.
not Star Trek.
I don't know. What is it? Star Trek.
Monsters Inc.
Oh, okay. That
Monsters
makes sense.
Incorporated.
That makes sense. With the door thing?
Yeah.
The door thing is exactly right. And I think it was the explanation of it is what kind of caught Saied off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
So when we think of like wormholes and stuff like that, obviously there's going to be like a big falling into it and then coming out the other side, right? But we don't think it's going to be as dramatic as it is in movies, right? Because movies are just an extension of what we believe to be true, right? Or not all the time, but just in terms of visuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
For something on the grand scale of Interstellar, trying to replicate a black hole, right? And also the event horizon or passing past it, and also understanding the, the singularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of big concepts. And in fact, the algorithm or the machine that they had to create in order to create the images that were used inside the movie generated 2 research papers based off the sciences of it, because it's essentially a 3D model of what they're trying to replicate. So they did a great job in Interstellar. I'm not trying to downplay that.
Yeah.
However, in terms of like fourth dimensional travel or wormhole applications in this case, Monsters Inc. kind of nailed it. Because the way we would perceive the wormhole to be is just like a flat space, right? And then, for example, I'm pointing at the door across from us right now. There's the door. If we were to open it up right now, we're currently in the stew. And on the other side are the beautiful beaches of Hawaii.
I was
Stunning.
just thinking Hawaii too.
Just stunning,
What the fuck?
absolutely
Yeah, dude, it's like you guys were
gorgeous. We'll go
orange.
hop in the water,
Goddamn mind reader.
get some sun, have a good time. In terms of Monsters Inc., right? The reason why they got the fourth dimension down so great was when you open the door, what they did in that general period of the door frame, they managed to take all of that space from right where the door ends for us and right where the door begins, that entire journey in between those 2 points, they managed to compress it
Mm-hmm.
within the space of the door frame,
Yeah.
right? So you're traveling that entire distance, theoretically, and it's not like you're flying over it, or as the crow flies, for instance, right? It's not like you're going to be flying over all of the water and you get to see it as you step through. No. It's the actual physical space and the time that it takes to travel across that space has been compressed down into that one tiny little sliver of the door,
Mm-hmm.
and you just step through it.
Is the idea because it's so fast, like you just can't? There's no like in between.
You are quite literally warping the time that it would take to travel from point A to B,
Okay.
and also manipulating the physical space that it would take to travel from point A to point B. And you're compressing it. In this instance, it would be a couple thousand miles, right?
Yeah.
And hours on an airplane down to stepping through the door. That's it.
Sounds like that's what Elon Musk should figure out instead of building rockets.
If he figured that out, that's
Just open the door, you're in Mars.
Yeah.
no, like actually, I don't think. I don't even know.
How would you even go about that? Maybe Nikolai Tesla could create some shit like that.
You mean Nikola?
Whatever, Nikolai.
But he, I don't think there's an I at the end of his name, if I remember correctly.
Nikola then.
Anyways, you need to talk to an actual physicist to get a real answer, but it's gonna just take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Too much energy, some would say.
So much energy that we couldn't replicate it here on Earth. We would probably need to be like a Type 2 civilization, maybe Type 1.5.
So right now, we barely made it to Type 1, right?
We're not even like
type 1.
We're like maybe a third of the way there.
Wow.
Yeah, we ain't shit.
Or like it's like either a quarter or a third of the way there.
Yeah. I remember this takes me back to like episode 13.
Because
We've talked about the types before.
Oh yeah, this was early on.
yeah, because it's the Kardashev scale, right?
Mhm.
And type 1 is being able to harness all of the energy that's provided to you on your planet or that the planet can produce, right? Reach that maximum possible potential. And then stage 2 is when you can harness the entire energy of a star. Stage 3 is the entire energy of a galaxy.
Mm.
Which some scientists theorize that aliens out there, and I'm sorry I brought this up, but it relates to this, believe that the big gaps in space are actually caused by type 3 civilizations. They just go around and they harvest the energy of galaxies, and that's what causes dead spaces in between. That's all I'm going to say about that, though. That's just a theory.
Yeah, whenever we get there, that won't be until like.
Okay, well, here's the
millennia.
thing. I don't want to really talk about aliens, but I would like to talk about seeing that their technology is almost the speed of light when they fucking move around, according to the footage we've seen.
Is it the speed of light?
It is not at the speed of light.
Or is it rather the manipulation of space and time in front of and behind them?
I would say it's the manipulation of time and space behind them. But do you think they have traveled from black hole to black hole? Do you think they are capable of doing it without exploding or stretching out or losing their existence?
I think they essentially create their own wormhole with the ship. Like they warp the time.
Now you're
they
in a
warp
whole
time,
different territory.
They warp time
Even
and
on
spa-
Earth.
Well, they warp time and space in front of them and behind them.
Hmm.
So essentially, it's just maximum acceleration, and that would reach you to a point where you could theoretically travel faster than the speed of light.
I know one of the accounts in the phenomenon, the one in the desert where the sheriff just came up on them
Mm-hmm.
on the ship. It showed he described how there were two like
Spiral things underneath it.
gravitational whatever waves.
Yeah. It was that a UFO flying over the desert, and you just saw these two spirals in the sand underneath it as it was moving across. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm. That's apparently in the 50s. A cop reported that when he saw this
Whoa.
UFO flying, and then it landed, and then he saw the little people get out, and then they actually left footprints. And yeah, but aliens aren't real.
Me.
They ain't real. It's all fake.
You're fake.
It's all Roswell shit.
I don't know. I
Inauthentic as hell.
don't really have a hard time believing the 50s stuff, like the stories of alien encounters. But I don't know, man. Just doesn't sit right
I don't know.
the way they're described.
Well, a lot of the documents you can't even read anymore.
Yeah.
They're so deep that you'll probably never
Yeah.
find them, or they're just outright burned.
I
so.
remember when I was in like 8th grade, there was this video of like this alien autopsy.
Oh yeah, that was
know what I'm talking about?
fake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But deep fake for back then, that
That was a
really
good one.
well done.
Yeah, that was a solid one.
Yeah. Because I believed it as a kid.
Nobody would have even guessed back in the day too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really crazy thing.
That's how good it was edited. But
It seemed legit. I
Yeah.
thought it was real. But then again, at the same time, you always have to have the thought: why would these government scientists even carry a camera into something like that?
well,
Yeah, like why would they go around fucking
why-
recording everything?
Like Homeboy's got a Super 8 like it's fucking
yeah.
a home film. Just okay. Now we're cutting up the alien. Get a good zoom in on that. Just
Well,
Plus, they
that's,
they wouldn't
they
let
would
you
do
do
it
that
to
shit.
record, you know. It's kind of like documenting with pen and paper.
probably with cameras, I would assume, but not like Super 8 footage, you know? Because it didn't look like a
Yeah.
film of the time.
You're right.
It looked like a home video.
Yeah,
show.
it looked
dude,
like yeah.
The government is very hesitant about eyewitness testimony. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna allow them to take videos and shit.
Yeah,
At
in the
least
most
that's my
secure
thought.
facility in the country at the time.
Yeah.
Just,
Wild shit.
gentlemen,
What?
one thing that's
Oh, Jesus. Don't get me started. What isn't grinding?
This week? I can tell you something funny real quick.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so
Let
I
me try
saw
to think of something funny.
I saw this like 1986 Toyota Corolla. One of the cleanest Toyota Corollas I've ever seen in my life. The paint job was good. The wheels were brand new,
Mhm.
and it was a little bit lifted. That's what made it kind of funny. Okay?
Interesting.
And this thing was hauling ass on the freeway, and it was merging in from an entrance into the other lane. And then I guess that lane stopped, right? So this guy was speeding up, and then as he brakes, his car lifts upwards and to the front,
Yeah.
and it looks so funny. It looks like a baby
So he's
duck.
basically going like this, and it's the rear end's lifting up.
Yeah,
No, that happens in my car too.
I know, but for him, it just looked funny.
It's
Like,
just
'cause
that-
his
it's
car
just
was
that weight
raised.
transfer.
Yeah, that weight transfer, you could see it. And then the guy inside just does not match the vehicle.
Oh,
so it was
really?
even funnier. You know, this guy's like 6'5", his head's hitting the ceiling and shit.
Dude, you see some of the trippiest people driving like old Civics and
driving like
old,
that.
old Toyotas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Old Camrys. I mean, like, there's this. You're right. Like, I saw this like super goth guy
Mm-hmm.
one time. This was years ago. Fuck, how did I forget about this? It was on the way to Disneyland, and I just look over to my right, and there's like a old EF hatch,
Yeah.
like old car, and it's just this dude's rolling through. And for those that don't know, it's like a really tiny little hatchback car.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, there's only 2 doors on it. And this dude is just in the most ridiculous, looking like he's on his way to summon Satan and his and his dominions and his army, like just all white face, like
Yeah.
pure white face paint, black eyes. He had a hat on, which I don't even know how he made it work in that car, but it was like a top hat and it was like crunched up and tilted to the side.
What?
Like he had to wear the hat while he was driving. And there was feathers coming out all across the top of the hat, and it bled down into a cape on his
What?
back, which had feathers on. And this dude was like all pierced out and shit. And I'm like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
This is how we
This-
passed Logan.
Imagine being that dude and it's a Monday.
Well, here's the best part.
What do
I
you
get-
dress up for a Friday? Like,
How much do you want to bet that if I pull, like, if that guy and I got into an argument for whatever reason, he's like, and then he's just like, pull over, and you
Yeah.
can see him do. I'm like, fuck it, and we pull over, get out of the car, start yelling, and he's like, hey, you can't do that, and he's just dressed up in that attire.
Yeah.
or he just raises a
And
cross
then you just
and
hear, "Let's go, Rick."
goes, "Let's go,
It's
Rick."
like, all of a sudden, you just hear from that car, it's like, you're gonna die today, and it's like, you're what?
Whoa.
You don't
Yeah.
have the voice of, are you ready to be eviscerated?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just some crazy shit.
Apparently, that's where Mario Judah summoned from. It's from
Mario
Hot Topic.
Judah is a Playboy Cardi wannabe, and for you to aspire to that is
Yeah, no.
well, no, he had a good career, Playboy Cardi. He had a solid career, so
Yeah,
that's
but-
something to be
But,
aspirational
like,
towards.
you rise from the slums of Hot Topic, like you know,
You rise from the slums of Hot
Yeah.
Topic.
with your neighbor being Spencer's. but-
No disrespect to Mario Judah. I'm not a huge fan of that genre of music.
Yeah,
but from
not
what
at
I
all.
have listened to, it falls in line. Like it's average, but that whole thing where he's like, "I'll drop Playboy Cardi's album." I'm
Just
like,
imagine
what?
a trap beat with "Wake me up inside."
I can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Yeah. No,
Save me
It just
now.
doesn't work, dude.
No, it does not work.
And yeah, the guy needs to be just canceled for no reason.
You know what? Let's talk about
Are
weird
you the
things
head
and
of cancel culture?
let's talk about weird trends that are popping up in music right now that
I don't
are
know any.
completely asinine. For example,
Ooh.
the hyper pitch shifted vocals right
Yeah.
now. Yup.
Oh God.
Like this guy made an R&B song and I forget his name, but it's like
We
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about it.
Isn't it? Damn it. For the trap.
I don't know, but
For
We
the
talked
trap.
about 'em
That's the song.
sorry for the trap. The beats actually on some of your music are really good.
Yeah.
It's just the second your voice comes on, it sounds like an Alvin and the Chipmunks remix
Yeah.
from a cassette player that you put on rewind.
Yeah.
It
or
just doesn't work.
Hey There Delilah, fucking Alvin and Chipmunks remix from YouTube.
That's a thing.
Wait, you just speed shit up in an editor? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Take me back.
That's a trend in music that I don't really get. Is just like weird vocals
Yeah.
or like almost going out of your way to make something that just sounds bad.
Yeah. There's a
Like you didn't have to do that.
Yeah. There's a difference between like high vocals and then chopped vocals.
Yeah.
Chopped and like pitched down or up a
Chopped
little
is
bit.
really weird.
What do you mean?
Like,
You don't like chopped vocals?
well, no, that when I hear the word chopped, I'm thinking of, for example, Savage Mode.
I think it was salad, man.
21 Savage's latest album. They did a chopped version, which is super weird.
Really?
It's just like very. Some parts are hard, but other parts are just very all over the place.
Wasn't the chopped album? Wasn't that just remixed essentially?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think
Yeah.
by chopped vocals I mean like splicing, so you're
Yeah.
physically cutting. But
Okay.
sounds kind of like I don't know.
But those aren't trends I'm like
yeah.
upset with per se.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't know a lot about music to know.
But the hard part about this is like it's all subjective. at the end of the day. So for us to say that's bad, obviously there's going to be other people that enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just bitching about shit. And that's why it's called an opinion,
Yes.
because everybody has one.
You
Yep.
just talk shit.
And you're entitled to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if your opinion is shitty, maybe you should check it a little bit. Maybe just like get some outside facts.
Yeah.
Like for what we're talking about right now with music, very subjective,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't think, I feel like a lot of people would agree with us, but a lot of people would disagree with us by saying that Mario Judah, or at least that genre of music, can be kind of annoying
Mm-hmm.
in terms of vocals. The beats are fine. It's just the vocals are off and they don't work very well.
Well, it's very hard to fuck up a beat.
That is not true. It's really easy to fuck up a
Yeah,
beat.
but I feel like it's much easier to find good parts in a shitty beat than it is to find like once vocals are fucked, that's it, game over. Like,
well, if you're starting
even
from
listen
the
to it.
position of somebody like Playboi Carti, which he's made good songs,
Mhm.
which are the songs where he actually kind of says something.
Yeah.
And it's not just pure mumble, right? Those ones are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But in the more extreme cases, like For the Trap or Mario Judah,
I can't even.
it's a little bit more aggressive.
comprehend.
And it's like not. Yeah, it's just like, come on.
Yeah, like
man.
what is that? What is that? Come on, guys, that's not music.
I don't know. Well, it's like everybody enjoys almost anything when it comes to just sonic qualities. Like there's people out there that enjoy drone music. Do you know what that is?
What is that?
And I'm not talking about the shit you fly around to get a 4K
No, of
video
of
that you
course
post
not,
on
yeah.
Instagram for 5 people to see, yet you dropped $1,200 on this piece of equipment.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it's just long tones that ring out for a however long the artist deems fit. And there's various slight modulation done over periods of time. So it's like, and then it just goes.
It's like a Walmart version of
Well-
of
Of
no
What?
no binaural beats.
Binaural beats actually could be a form of drone music.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. But like a more organized version of drone music would be I believe it's like a Nordic black metal band called Sun O apostrophe end parentheses end parentheses end parentheses end parentheses. It's something weird like that. And they make unbelievably slow, very heavy music. It's almost considered to be like funeral metal is like the genre.
What?
I don't get why people listen to that shit. Like I said, opinion, subjective.
Yeah, but we don't even know what it sounds like.
Well, you fuck with binaural beats, they like funeral metal.
funeral metal.
Yeah.
It's really
Like it doesn't sound like rock.
Funeral metal is like, it's usually pretty orchestrated, like most metal is. So it's like there's actual things to find enjoyable about it, but it is pretty.
I don't like any metal.
It is pretty. What's the word I'm looking for?
You don't like Metallica?
Not really.
No.
probably listen to one song of
This
theirs.
this man does not
Yeah.
acquire testosterone.
Come to my gym, bro.
If you don't enjoy metal music when you're lifting, like
No, it's not the move for me.
He's listening to David Goggins just yell in his ear. That's all he's doing. Fucking pussy, fucking bitch. Yeah. Is that all
you
you're
won't do that
lifting?
next set. You won't do that next set.
Next set? We on the same set. More reps, bitch. Let's go.
Go deeper, motherfucker.
Go deep. I don't want to see them knees. What?
I want to see them.
Like, why? Why are you willingly listening to this? At the gym. You're crying. It's not even sweat.
I love that. I love that. Modern, like one avenue of modern. What's the word? Inspiration or motivation would be a better way to describe it. Is just having somebody say the worst shit that they could possibly think of to you.
In other words, shaming. It works.
No, but not for every. That's why I said one avenue of
For a lot of
motivation.
people, it works. A lot of people need to face the truth.
But a lot of people don't want to admit that it works. I feel.
Yeah. Because I think they're either, I think most of it comes down to they're afraid of what other people think about their opinion.
I think Bill Burr had a really great look at it, where it was essentially like, why are we not allowed to have shame anymore?
Yeah.
He's like, you're not allowed to have a bad night, or he's like, you ever have a night that was so bad you woke up and looked in the mirror the next morning and you're like, oh Jesus fuck, that's me.
Yeah.
Like I did that shit. Like you can't be shameful about that. You know?
I think a lot of people feel that, but they just don't do shit about it.
Yeah.
They just continue to live in that cycle. Like
Yeah.
they don't take any action to.
Yeah, it's like that cycle of I did something wrong. Wake up next day, you regret it, you stop. 3 months go by, and then you hit the same
Why
loop
am
all
I
over
so
again.
anxious?
Is the reason why because society kind of lowered its standards in terms of what it deems acceptable over time?
Yes.
It lowered in some areas, but it
No.
raised in others. For example, civil rights, I guess gay rights in that instance, they all went up.
Mhm.
That's good. That's a good example of the standard increasing,
Mm-hmm.
right? However, like in terms of, I guess, weight in this instance, or in a lot of instances, health, it kind of gets blown out the window a little bit.
Yeah, for a lot of Americans, McDonald's is a staple meal.
Mhm.
And who deems that as a staple meal? Mainly culture
Well,
and food companies.
you know how there's Walmart people?
people
The
who
people of Walmart. There's literally called peopleofwalmart.com.
Why are you
Straight up.
disgracing Walmart, bro?
really.
They got,
I've heard of it.
hey,
Yeah.
Walmart's got good deals
They do.
Yeah,
at
but
an
weird ass people.
acceptable price.
Yes, but look
Although
at
when you run in there, it is kind of like going to the circus sometimes. It
It's-
depends. It really varies.
I have, like, every time I've walked in there was always an issue.
I hate going to
Um,
Walmart.
There's always some just dirty shit happening. It's just a nasty vibe being in there, you know?
It feels ratchet.
Yeah, it feels very ratchet. And that's any Walmart. You can be Walmart Laguna Hills. It'll still fucking be that way.
That's honestly
Nah.
true.
It's so weird.
It's honestly
Dude,
true. It doesn't matter where the
It-
Walmart is.
Straight up.
It's weird.
I have done this test personally. I was like, I'm gonna go to a nice area Walmart. And I'm like, what the
Walmart
where
in
do
Italy.
these people live? Like, you know?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. But here,
The Marta Wild.
there's also McDonald's people. I don't know if you guys knew.
There's what?
There's people of McDonald's.
I don't go to McDonald's that much, so.
I haven't.
You
eat-
fucking liar. I bought you a cone the other day. Or a
Yeah, I go
McFlurry,
like
whatever.
twice or 3 times
within
a
the-
year.
I think within the past 10 years, I've eaten at McDonald's maybe 5 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you're
So
right.
I
One
don't
was
have
in
enough
Denver.
data.
As I arrived, Logan kindly just switched lanes and hopped onto the nearest McDonald's. Remember that?
Damn.
And you remember fucking McDonald's people?
What happened?
No, nothing. It was just like we immediately had to sanitize after.
Okay,
after
what's
being in
what's
there.
the average McDonald's person like? What's their
What's their forte once they enter the
Yeah, what
Golden
happens?
Arches?
Okay, so you'll see.
That's what it's called.
I know. It's just
It's-
funny. 'cause
It's actually
nobody
called
says it.
McDonald's.
They're usually driving a Chevy Trailblazer from 1992. And it's just they usually look like hoarders. I'm serious, bro.
Do
It's
hoarders
kinda-
have a
it's kinda like
specific
stereotype.
look?
I mean,
I mean, I've watched the show.
when
and
they're sitting in their own belongings, obviously.
It's hoarder
I-
physiognomy.
I've watched the show.
Physiognomy, dude.
It's McDonald's physiognomy.
sounds like a pseudoscience happening in here.
Yes. But yes, and they are overweight. They're not.
Wait, I don't imagine metabolically.
It's
fit
incredibly
people
Yeah,
it's
do
but
that.
incredibly
that's-
rare when you see the spitting image of health waiting in line at
Yeah.
a McDonald's to get their next quarter pounder with
I mean,
cheese.
that was it for a while when they released salads. Remember that?
Yeah, where it was like their dressing had 40
Yeah.
grams of sugar in it. It was
Dude,
like you're drinking a
It was
fucking Coke.
insane. Their salads had like 1,400 calories,
Yeah,
but
they
their
were
Big Macs were like
nuts.
700.
I
That's-
remember in middle
That's
school we went on
wild.
a trip to DC and we were
Yeah.
stuck in this airport for a while and they're like, go get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And all the options were like really shitty, janky looking little one-offs like local to that airport. And there was McDonald's and I was like, I'll go to McDonald's. And I'm like, I don't want a burger or anything, so I just got a salad. Here's the tip, the pro tip to eating at McDonald's. If you go into McDonald's, don't lie to yourself. If you go in there saying, I'm going to get something healthy, just turn the fuck around, get back in your car, and go do a grocery store. You can get some real lettuce and some other shit that's a little bit healthier,
Better
right?
yet, don't eat anything.
Yeah.
Or, so if you go into McDonald's, you're already, or sorry, let me restart. If you go into McDonald's saying you're going to eat healthy, you're already entering on a false positive. Sorry, on a false premise.
Yes.
It's an oxymoron to eat healthy at McDonald's.
Yeah.
So I went in with the oxymoron, thinking that, oh, a salad will be a great way to just kind of get something healthy
Just one
that I
salad.
don't feel like I'm going to get food poisoning from. Eat the salad, and I got it with chicken. That's where I fucked up, and I'll explain why in a minute. So almost all of the lettuce was soggy out of the gate, right?
Ugh.
No surprise.
This podcast has turned into a food review of a McDonald's salad.
Yeah, that's
So it was
disgusting,
mostly
but yeah.
soggy, and then a lot of the lettuce was wilting already. Not a great start. Keep in mind, this was like, what? I was probably 14, like 7 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
So 7 or 8 years ago. They might have upped their standards since. They've had a lot of nice commercials with farmers.
Definitely haven't upped their standards. Definitely not.
Anyways. So the salad, the lettuce, the base ingredient of
Yeah.
the salad is already tainted.
The greens.
We're off to a bad start.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I get a packet of shitty McDonald's Caesar dressing. Now, Caesar dressing, I enjoy personally. I think it tastes good.
But not this one.
Not this one. Because when I turned the packet over, there was 30 some odd grams of sugar in a salad dressing. That's equivalent to a soda. Like a normal can of soda. It gets better. The chicken, upon receiving it, had been grilled, or so it appeared. They might have just painted that shit on. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't think they did. Pretty sure they threw it.
Paintbrush in
No, you
the
know what I think they have? I think they have like a griddle with the grill iron indentations on it. They just throw it on there for a second. And they
Or-
pull it out of the freezer.
Or it could be watercolor.
Maybe that's also possible.
That's usually what it is.
But upon this chicken arriving to me, what color is chicken when you normally get it?
Pink. I'm just kidding.
In the middle.
when you
in
get it
some
cooked.
countries. Believe it or not, having your chicken be pink in the middle isn't indicative that it's undercooked entirely.
Okay.
You can have pink, like when I was in Paris and I got chicken, like it was pink in the middle, and it was fine to eat.
What is it supposed to be, like,
So weird.
whitish?
Anyway.
Yeah, it's
Continue.
supposed to be primarily just white is like usually the main color people think of when they
Yeah.
think of chicken. Yeah, this came out with like a slight yellow hue,
Oh.
and when I took a bite of it, it was soggy, and it like, how do I even describe? It was spongy, but it didn't really release liquids. It was like almost like squishy,
Mm-hmm.
but not in a good way. Not like normal how chicken's supposed to
It's
be.
like a
It was
sponge.
like weirdly wet,
Like
Yeah.
tofu?
almost like tofu.
No,
like imagine
exactly
a stiff,
like a McNugget.
Imagine a slightly stiffer tofu. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
So whack.
That's-
So-
yeah.
Bad lettuce, crazy unhealthy dressing, slightly yellow chicken was an excellent recipe for me to just blow it all out of my butt the second that we sit down on the flight and get airborne and we could take the seatbelt off. I was sweating. When I heard that ding, it might as well have been the dinner bell and I hadn't eaten
Yeah.
for a week. Like, it was just,
Yeah.
just, it was violent.
You were the suction.
But my point is, if you're going into McDonald's expecting to eat healthy,
It is not happening.
You're an
go
idiot.
somewhere else.
You're an idiot.
Just go somewhere
Yeah.
else.
The only thing you should eat there is water.
No.
And
Not
by
even
that,
that.
I mean ice.
Not even that.
There was a study from a long time ago that the water in their toilets was actually cleaner than the ice cubes inside of the machine, and that's due to the improper cleaning of the ice cube container.
Container thing.
So there'd just be a bunch of molds that would build up that were super dangerous in there.
dude. Okay, let's just stop eating at McDonald's. No one. Yeah.
I will say, fast food
Ugh.
restaurants, they're like, they have this trend of being more modernized aesthetically, like from the outside, and I can see why people want to go in there. It just looks
It
so
is-
pleasing.
It's really good marketing.
It's
And
amazing.
look, I
marketing.
can't. You cannot lie about this. It tastes good. It fucking tastes good.
I think yeah, it's designed to taste good,
Mhm.
right?
And it's designed for you to want more.
Mm-hmm.
Because McDonald's. Remember last time? The last time I had McDonald's here, I had 2 Big Macs, 3 McChickens, a
God
fry,
rest your soul.
1 apple pie, and a fucking soda. And I was just like, mm.
And then after
And then after that, I was gone for a week.
an hour later after that, Saeed's heart stopped. He's like, huh?
After that depression
And then it came
hits.
Yeah. No, but straight up, like maybe 2 hours later, I was hungry. Which
Jesus.
that's supposed to be a lot of food, but
What's McDonald's? Their portions are
no, their portions are all right. But still, it's a lot to
well,
eat.
it's small
kind
in
of.
comparison to like like a Carl's Jr. maybe.
Yeah,
No,
no.
maybe
I'm
not.
saying what I'm saying is that the way your body absorbs it is much quicker than like actual protein or like
Really, I'd say
a chicken breast.
I thought
yeah.
it would absorb way slower because it's so much more artificial bullshit involved.
Nah, it
Or
passes
it doesn't
through.
absorb at all.
There's no
that as well.
nutrients, dude. It just fucking dips
So does
right
it-
into shit.
Dips into shit.
yeah,
Just have a vat of shit in the kitchen. Just dip it.
yeah. You know what doesn't dip into shit though?
2 a.m. podcast.
You are absolutely correct, sir.
We got that motherfucking
And
2 a.m. podcast.
you know where to find us, boys and girls. We are available on Apple Podcasts, so if you can please leave us a 5-star review,
5-star.
we would greatly appreciate that. We would benefit out of it. So please do so. Do not forget. We're also on YouTube, so if you can subscribe, like, and comment.
It's
Also-
officially 2 a.m. on YouTube.
Exactly.
Officially 2 a.m., baby.
Yep. And if you can just, follow us on Spotify to hear us more, and we will be talking about a lot of crazy crap coming up.
Yeah. We got some
Yeah,
more
there's a lot of stuff.
directed research episodes coming your way with things that
Exactly.
might surprise, shock, and entertain you.
So stay tuned. But for now, y'all have a great night, day, or evening, whatever it may be.
And get
We
ready
love
for
you.
Eclipse Channel. It's coming soon.
Oh, shit.
It's launching soon,
Yep.
baby.
As for now, we'll see you next time. And a 1, a 2, a 3, and a peace.